Greetings, Battle Brothers. It's me, Aurelia Tempris, Defender of the Golden Throne and Servant of Humanity. Welcome in. We are going to finish up this mini that I built Friday. Feels like forever ago. Don't know how I got here, but I'm here. Well, I'm happy you're here. We're gonna paint this mini today. And yeah, that's the plan. So hi everyone. So get ready for chill vibes while we just kind of hang and paint this mini. I hope everybody's doing well. I need some caffeine. I only paint sisters. Well, that's okay. I normally just paint custodies and maybe blood angels, but I wanted to do something fun for our subathon this week. It's technically more than a week. But it covers over a few days. Wait, you guys paint? Yeah, I paint. I won't say I'm like the most skilled at painting, but I paint. Now that you're here, I can work out. Yes, get the gains. Get the gains. Bowl of soup. Soup time was yesterday. You missed it. We had a whole stream and everything. There's a gnat in here. Do you guys see him? Oh, we're gonna get him. It's on the mini. Get. No. Okay. If you guys see the gnat, let me know. Not due? No, not today. I wanted a little less caffeine. I've been having an on and off headache all day, which is fun. And before any of you say anything, I have had over 100 fluid ounces of water. So let me just lead with that. Let me just lead with that. Yes, I've had enough water today. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Bowl of soup. Soup time was yesterday. So, the problem is you had too much water. Well, I had like... Let's see, I had about... My water bottle is like 28 ounces, so I had like 2.5 water bottles by noon. And then since then, I've had the headache. Was any of it Gamer Subs? No. No, I don't put Gamer Subs in my regular water bottle. I am, as we like to say, there's a beverage goblin where you have a water bottle, you have a source of caffeine, and then you have some other drink. But I don't put Gamer Subs in my water bottle. I have a separate cup for that. But yes, we do have the Gamer Subs discount code. I did have caffeine earlier, so it shouldn't be a caffeine problem, but I just need something to help me get through the stream. So, because I don't prefer to take medication. I like to have it as a last resort. So. Do I use the waifu cups? Absolutely. I have 3. They're all like gifts that I got from Gamer Subs because they do like care packages. The first one I got was the flight attendant one. I didn't get to pick it out. They sent me the kaiju one, the girl with like the dinosaur hoodie, very cute. And then one that I asked them specifically for was one that they call, it's a lumberjack, but I thought the name was hilarious. They called it Morning Wood, and I was like, that's awesome. And it's really cute. So yes, I have 3 waifu cups. But if I had a waifu cup of my own, which hopefully we do that someday, I would use my own. Let me grab my paints. I left them around the corner. I didn't keep them on my desk since we were streaming with food yesterday. I didn't want any non-edible fluids on my desk. One sec. Just don't want to knock anything over. Okay. Yes, it's cute. The more you use meds, the less effective they become. Yeah, and I mean, so I try to hold off as long as possible. It's not a huge deal. It's just I'm a little more tired today as a result. Oh, I should open this. I got this lovely assembly stand as a gift. So I should open it and use it today. I think it's gonna work better than the other one I got. Yeah, my day is going pretty well. Nothing to, like, nothing to really complain about. Okay. Box is going on the floor. Alright, seems pretty straightforward. I just do this, and I have the limbs articulated as I need. We'll see how well this works. Oh, that's interesting. Out of curiosity, can someone test something really fast? Say a sentence, but put my name in it. Because on my side of Twitch, they have like a new user interface, and it now like highlights the message that has my name in it without like adding me. Weird. None of the other ones popped up. But the bot one did. The one with Steve. That's weird. No, I wasn't saying tag me. But weird. Okay, none of the other ones did that. None of the other ones said. Oh, there we go. Sad Bear has it. Aurelia Tempris when it's like mashed together, so like my whole username. Is it capitalization? No. There it is. Yeah, it works with Aurelia Tempris. Don't abuse that. I was just curious because I was like, I've never seen that before. I think it stops after a while because shadows didn't pop up. So I think if it happens often enough, it like doesn't flag them anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It might flag the ones that aren't case sensitive, but I'm not sure. Do we have a prediction for how long it takes to drink paint water? I mean, you can have a prediction, but you're gonna be wrong. Oh, the gnat. Did I get him? Nope. This is my paint water cup, and as you can see, it is very small. There's no way I accidentally pick it up. I'm more likely to accidentally put my paintbrush in here. Okay. But what we're painting today is the Night Judicator. We're not doing the Griffhounds because that's a lot of extra stuff that we don't need to do. I just said I'd do one mini. So we are not going to end stream until I am done. I think it's been that way for a while with exact names. No, it hasn't. Trust me, I would know. Because this is a different, the UI is different, A. I don't like it. And then B, like, it triggered with just the word Aurelia. So, I've never seen that before. I don't think it's my lack of noticing. Taking my shoes off, I don't want them. I thought I would wear them. No. Okay. Yeah, no, it is interesting. It's painting time. I'm gonna just set this over here. I don't know if I'll use this. So, I'm not doing anything fancy today. Shoes in the house? Who wears shoes in the house? I was working out. Like, you know, if you're doing lunges and stuff, I prefer to work out with shoes on. So I did a workout before this. Because I was hoping the workout would help with my head. It didn't. It didn't. I need my wet palette. This gnat is gonna bother me. Oh, it's on my microphone. Get off. Keeping your shoes on while working out so your feet stay weak. I'll respectfully disagree with you on that. I find I have more stability. And thus I can do, like... I can do more weight as a result. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't to get rid of the headache, but, it didn't work today. It's okay. We're gonna juice him up. But sometimes it makes the headache worse, I won't lie. Which it has improved a little bit, but I don't know if that's the result of having a little more caffeine. I don't know. Definitely not because I've had a lot of water today. Alright. That should be good for now. Yeah, it depends on what is causing the headache. I don't know what it is. I do not know. I don't usually have, like, lingering headaches. I'm actually very curious. I've never had a migraine before. At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe you consider this a migraine? I wouldn't. It's not like... It's not... It doesn't feel like murder, like I've heard it feels. Caffeine helps with headaches if you're addicted to the caffeine. It is nice to have a little bit of, like, sugar in me, so I think that might help. What was I gonna do? What was I gonna do? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know. And maybe just more sleep. I also took a nap to see if the headache would go away. That also did not work. I've tried everything. Could be lack of electrolytes? It could be. But I've never really had that problem. I only ever have, like, an issue with, like, electrolytes as if I've been doing, like, strenuous activity. And then I didn't have enough in my system. Like, I've had that before. This one's, like, weird and different. And usually a nap and, like, rest and maybe some electrolytes cure it. But this one's kind of weird. It could be that you're not getting enough sleep. I mean, I was fine this morning. I was fine for, like, the first 5 hours. Yeah, see, Oh yeah, yes, there's a couple Warhammer Vtubers around. I am one of them. Yeah. We're gonna do the blocking of the colors. We're gonna keep it, like, pretty much like this. I might do some different things with the cloak. We're pretty much gonna keep it the same. Yeah. I don't know. I'll be fine, though. I'll be fine. I'll just go to bed a little early tonight. Get some salt in my system. The painting stream is us just trying to figure out what's up with the boss's headache. I mean, it's kind of weird that I get, like, a headache like this. Could be in the air. I don't know. It just kind of happened. It was, like, right after lunch. And I was like, oh, what happened? Like, what did I do? I didn't do anything crazy. Like, I haven't been up to anything. And I was like, nope. Could be an enemy psych or allergies. No, I don't generally have allergies. And if I do, they don't give me headaches. I'm usually stuffy if I have allergies. Chat is on WebMD. Oopsie, there you go. Sounds like your lunch may have gone bad a little. I've never had a thing where it wasn't like immediately after lunch, but I've never had a lunch give me a headache. It was pretty mild. It was shrimp fried rice, and I made it last week. So it's not like it went bad. Like I can usually taste when it goes bad, and it was not like that. Shrimp are terrible at frying rice? Well, I know I'm a shrimp. I fried the rice real good. I fried it real good. I fried it. I did the frying. So you saying I'm a bad cook? Especially after yesterday's stream? We're just gonna do this base color. We'll do a wash on it later. It definitely has for me. Yeah, no, I'm not built like that. I've only gotten food poisoning like maybe once. I think it was once. Yeah, no, I think the other time it was like just a stomach bug because I was in another country. But beyond that, I've only had food poisoning once. It sucked. It was terrible. It was like 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2.5 years ago. It was so bad. Well, it wasn't so bad. It was just like I'd never experienced it before, and you know, experiencing things like you're like, oh, this is not fun. Don't worry, leaving the cooking to the skitters. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. It was pretty solid. I did, for those of you who knew I was going to make some adjustments to this soup, I ended up adding more garlic to it, and then it tasted just fine. So added more garlic, and it was fine after that. Quite a bit of garlic, but you know, it tastes better, and I'll be able to eat it. I actually froze some of it so I could have it for like meal prep in the future. No onions? No, I ended up not adding onions. I thought about it, but I was like, I was already pretty like, I did not want to wash any more dishes because I had to clean all of those dishes. Well, I had to load the dishwasher with all of those dishes, and then after that I had to do a bunch of hand washing so I wouldn't have like a huge like pile built up. So I was kind of not interested in cleaning anything else. So I did not get the knife out with the cutting board, and I did not want to clean that again. So I was just like, no. I will pass on the onions. Although I'm sure they would have worked out well. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, after the garlic, it was just fine. I was like, okay, cool. It wasn't terrible before. It it wasn't inedible. It was just like, oh, this isn't just, it's not to my liking. I've had other potato leek or potato and onion soups that have tasted better to me. So I was just like, could just use some more. Figure out what to paint that stuff underneath. That's definitely, those are some, like some pots and stuff inside. Slurpees, thank you so much for the follow. Hi, the first thing I heard is food poisoning. Oh, I was just talking about how I had food poisoning 2 years ago. I have a bit of a headache right now. So chat was trying to figure out why I have a headache, because I've had it like for half the day. And I'm putting off taking any medication for it. So we were talking and someone said that they get headaches when they get food poisoning, and I said I've only had it like once. Yes, he is very golden. I got the Retributor Armor Gold spray paint because I wanted to test it out without testing it on a Custodes first. So I primed it in white and then I spray painted it gold. It's nice and it does like a nice base color, but it lacks like the gold. Like there's like a little bit of like sparkle to Retributor armor, and it just, this has a shine to it. It's not the same. It makes the rim look really nice, so perhaps I'll do that for like the rims. But I personally, it's okay. Yeah, it's very matte. I didn't grab, do I have shop towels? 1 second, I'm gonna grab my shop towel. Oh yes, and if you would like to participate in the short story competition, you need to finish it tonight. It's due in like 7 hours. No, he's not gonna look shiny. It's just, I don't know how to... Compared to the paint from the pot, he looks very matte. Some water. How's the music? Is it too loud? I don't want it to be super loud. I'm listening to it today. Okay. Good. All right. I'm trying to decide. I think the tip of the arrow I'll also do in this gray color, and these scales here. We'll go a little darker than what they have here in the picture. It might get too loud once they're singing. Well, I'll just turn it down a little bit now. I don't want to have to look over while I'm in the middle of like something and it's like chat's ears are bleeding. There we go. Silver here. It's silver on here. So I did start a thing today, chat. I started Troll Slayer, the first Gotrek and Felix book. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on like the 3rd or 4th short story, and honestly, even though they're short stories, they don't really read like short stories because they're like part of like a mostly continuous story. Like, yeah, there's like, oh, it's a little time skip, like a few weeks or something, but it's nothing like significant, and I'm really enjoying them so far. Yeah, I told you guys I bought the book like when I was streaming with Sotek. I was like, yeah, I'll get the book. So I did. Yeah, no, it's like a continuous story. It's just like, oh, you know, we skipped 3 weeks here. Like, that's fine, okay. I don't need to know all the details. But yeah, there's some parts of the book where I was able to guess the plot points. I was like, this is suspicious. And then a thing happened and I was like, yeah, I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. You've not read them? Well, you should. I'm enjoying it so far. I am thoroughly enjoying myself and the story as it is. I've heard that they're at times predictable, fun but predictable. This was more like a mystery kind of plot. I read a lot of like Nancy Drew books, which are mystery novels, if you're not familiar. When I was a kid, so I read a ton of those. So over time, you kind of learn to like sniff out who the villains are. It just kind of happens. Look at this picture here. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of learn over time. Like, you kind of pick up on those things. Always the butler? No. Can be, but most of the times, because people say it's always the butler, they make the butler the easy target. If you are gonna frame someone, that is the best person to try and frame. Because people will go with that sometimes. They don't want to think too much about it. And they're like, oh, easy motive. Easy access to places. But doesn't necessarily mean you are correct. Trope/genre awareness gets too high and you need to read something different. Yeah, sometimes, but like as a kid, that's like all I wanted to read. And not necessarily because I guessed the plots, just I enjoyed the books. And honestly, Nancy Drew I would consider a very good role model for young girls. Very smart, bright, talented. But like not too like heavy-handed. Like on top of that, she was very polite and respectful while being simultaneously clever. I discovered TV tropes and it's ruined everything I've ever watched. Yeah, if you don't want to get spoiled like that, don't watch those. I've not watched anything specific, but I think I could probably guess a couple things. I'm gonna put you over there. What's the shiny thing next to the water? Oh yeah, it's a Blood Angel's pennant. I just like put it up there for fun. Have I read the Caiaphas Cain books? Yes. I have read... How many have I read now? 4? Or 5? They're also the kind of books you could read them all in one go. I wouldn't recommend it because they get stale really fast. The plot becomes a little predictable, to put it lightly. So you need a break from it every once in a while. But I need to go pick it up again because it's been a while since I've read a Caiaphas Cain book. So there's been enough time between There's been enough time since I read the last one that I would be like, okay, yeah, let's pick up the next one. It's funny in some ways. It's not completely accurate, but in some ways, Felix reminds me of like Caiaphas Cain, just like some of the mannerisms and like the way he like talks about his companions. Like it just makes me laugh. I'm like, wow, this just gives me very like Caiaphas Cain. This makes me just think of Caiaphas Cain quite a bit. I just find it funny. Cain is the Felix of the 40k universe. I find it funny. Just be like, yeah, I don't want to die, but Gotrek kind of feels like it today, but oh well. It just makes me laugh. Yeah. Would you say Caiaphas Cain books are good entry point to Warhammer? Yeah, they can be. If you've been here before, I've recommended a couple books. The Infinite and the Divine is just kind of silly and fun. It takes a second for you to like realize you're talking about like aliens that kind of almost transcend time. So that would take some getting used to. I like Horus Rising. Personally. And then the Cain books or Gaunt's Ghost. Gaunt's Ghost is probably the best place to start in my opinion. Kind of get the layman's perspective. Have you met the Leagues of Votann yet? I've read about them. Like, I've heard about them, but I've not read about them. How do I feel about them in the setting? I don't want to say anything too controversial because I know a lot of people like them. They exist. That's all I can really say. I don't particularly care for them. Like, I'm neutral. I'm pretty neutral. So I don't have any strong feelings. I'm like, I'm glad people like them. I'm glad people have their own thing. They're just not mine. Let's see here. We're gonna do his cloak blue, and the inside of here has white. I'm not doing that. We're just gonna do blue. Hello, hello, welcome in, Mochita. Oh, for sure. I thought you would like them more than your golden siblings. I never thought you would. I was like, wait, what made you think I would like them? Husband, it's husband. My angel husband. No, I just know a lot of people like them. I just don't have strong feelings. Like, I like dwarves. But like, I'm like, ah, they're okay. Like, if you said Aurelia in a Dungeons and Dragons game, would you ever like play a dwarf? And I'd say yeah, probably at some point, but that's not the first race I'm gonna pick. I'm more likely to choose a race that's into like casting, or is more like lithe and nimble. But I do appreciate the good. I do appreciate the dwarves. Gonna need several coats. Lots of coats. I have to figure out how to get in there and get the blue behind this part of his... I'm gonna have to get a smaller brush. Great. This is why I don't like building the minis. Sometimes I like to paint parts of them first, but it is what it is. You might want to enjoy a fantasy when role-playing, not just keep being short. I'm not sure what you're getting at. I'm confused, but whatever. What paint brand am I using? I'm just using an acrylic paint because I have a wider range of like acrylic paints than I do like standard paint colors, like from Citadel or another hobby painting. He's calling me short. What else is new? It's just what my mods do at this point. I come to expect it. No, I'm just saying I have like the most basic like acrylic paint that you get really cheap at, like you could get it at Walmart. I'm talking like it's the super cheap stuff. Like I got it for $1. That's it. It's nothing fancy. Not even close. Call me basic, but I like playing tieflings. The stereotype with tieflings is not that you're basic. You are, but you aren't. It's more like you're trying to be edgy and cool by picking a different race, and a race that's like... that gets a lot of flack all the time. That's more the stereotype. No, I like the dwarves. I just don't... like, they're just not the races that, like, I'm drawn to when I do a role-playing game. I like being magic girly. Magic girly is usually what I stick with. So elf, yeah, I've played my fair share. My first D&D character was an elf. I will not deny that. Alright, I have to get this off the platform because I can't get to the cloak with my brushes. That's gonna be a lot easier. But I've played a tiefling, I've played elf, I've played a fire genasi. Let's see, what else have I played? Changeling. Changeling is fun. One last little section in. Okay, we gotta let this dry. Yeah, let's see, what have I played anything else? I played, not a lizardman, what was it? A kobold. Very fun. She was very cute. Actually, technically, I did play a kobold for a one-shot, but I did play, like, a changeling that was, like, primarily a kobold. She was very, very cute. How much do I have? Okay. My first D&D character was a dwarf that throws bows. My DM thought I meant throwing elbows. No, but that's throws bows. That's very, like, it's kind of obvious, like, what the bit is. Yeah, sorry, that's obvious to me what the bit is. Throws bows, unless he thought he, like, misheard you. Like, I know what you're doing. That's a lot of ammunition to carry around. I love playing a goblin in reverse D&D. I don't know what any of those are, unfortunately. As I've gotten older, I've had less opportunities to play D&D on a consistent basis, which makes me sad, but it is part of growing up, unfortunately. You just have less time. You see that you rinse your paints in a coffee cup? Have you partaken in the Forbidden Brew? It's actually an espresso cup. So it's really tiny. So, like, see how big my hand is? It's really tiny. I don't normally drink out of cups this small. So it's never an issue. It's how I prevent myself from accidentally drinking from the paint water, which I've never done before. Okay, we gotta get some of this blue up top. Wow, the rest of this dries. Tiny cup or big hand? Here, I don't know what to tell you other than here is a regular cup. I don't know what else to tell you. Why must adulting be a thing? It is just a thing that happens. Okay, there's like... Oh, it also goes under here too. Okay, so it goes across his body. I need the thinner brush for this. Could be small hands make the cup look bigger. Okay. You can think whatever you want. This is a tiny cup. You know what they say about big hands, big gloves? I didn't think that that statistic was tied to hands. I thought that was feet. I thought that was about feet, not hands. I thought if you just had big hands, you had big hands and that was it. Blue all over that. I'm gonna bonk it. What? I can't know things? I can't know that that's the joke? Can I not know jokes now? Am I not allowed to know? Am I not allowed to know jokes that were made in high school and middle school? Like, am I just not allowed to know them? It's like the most basic joke. But on that note, Sanguinius does have pretty big feet. Lots of coats here. Lots of coats. Sanguini says tiny feet. Even Chacha mentioned that. Well, that's just one perspective of the art. There's other art pieces where his feet do not look small. That is just one art piece. It's a very small sample size, if you ask me. You know, you always gotta like fact check. You can't just assume that just because you see one thing on the internet means it's automatically true. You have to fact check, do your own research. People forget that nowadays. It's very important. Do I have secret intel? You could say that. Wait, you mean someone would just go on the internet and lie? Maybe. They might, you never know. Coming together. Just needs some time to dry, but it probably needs one more coat because some of the blue patches, they just don't. They're a bit uneven. Okay. Alright, while we wait for that to dry, we'll do his top knot. We're gonna do this. This, I think, will work very well. Ta-da! You guys like my Stein? Do you like my metal Stein? I found it at a secondhand store and I bought it immediately. I was like, I must have this. Pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Needs a lid to be a proper Stein. Are you a Stein gatekeeper? What would you call it? A flagon? A tankard? What are you calling it? Mr. Gatekeeper of the Stein? Oh, thank you, Justin. Don't worry, you're not the first person to have said it. I appreciate it. Flagon? Oh, I don't know where it was made. It doesn't actually, I don't think it says on the bottom. I can't look at the moment because it has liquid in it. Thank you, J. Peacock. I hope you have a good night as well. Them hands, though? I don't think anyone's ever said it like that. Them hands, though. What them hands do. Paint Warhammer models. And cook, as we saw on yesterday's stream. That's what they do. That's about it. Ew, okay, that's a little gross. That's a little gross. I apologize. Yes, you should wash your cups out, but I don't know what you're putting in your paint water cups that it smells that bad. I'm not gonna repeat what you said, but I would not. That's kind of gross. It's a little graphic, my guy. just a little too much. Yuki, thank you so much for resubscribing with Prime. Thank you for the 2 months of support. In the gray paint out of there. It's okay. It's okay. You couldn't have known, but it's a little gross. That's a little gross. What are you putting in your paint cup that makes it what are you putting in your paint cup that makes it like smell that bad? I need to know, like, because it should just be paint and water, and there shouldn't be anything else that creates that kind of smell. I don't know. That's just my impression. It's probably mold, but like, what kind of mold like smells like that? Like, ew. Kind of disgusting. I mean, I assumed it was a mold, because that's why you need to clean it out every so often, but like, what mold are you cultivating that makes it smell that terrible? Where's the music from? It's from Expedition 33. It is very lovely. Mm-hmm. How long are you keeping paint water around if it gets moldy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I am surprised as well. I'm as surprised as you. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nasty. Yeah, I don't know. It's very gross. It's a very gross thing to think about, if we're being very honest. Have some picture time. Time to look at the picture. Oh, there's a bigger picture on the back. That's helpful. Oh, I see. I did that wrong. Well, better fix it. Okay. I am out of the caffeine. I've had my wet pellet that sometimes smells moldy, but never a cup. Yeah, like... It's a bit grody. Actually, we'll do the red again. The blue is almost dried for us to do our last coat. Actually kind of dried mostly evenly, so... Yeah, it's actually quite interesting, the texture. I'm so glad I tested this here first and not on like my Custodes, but the texture that the spray paint gives is very different from if you just use the primer. Like it has like a grainy look to it. I don't know, it doesn't feel as like it has like a smooth finish. Yeah, it has, I don't know how to explain it. It just looks a little grainy. It's not like a heavy grain, it's very fine, but it just doesn't look right. What faction is this model of? It is Stormcast Eternals. By the way, is anyone working on any minis tonight while I'm working on my mini? If so, what you working on? I like to know. Like to know I'm not alone in my painting, because this is also a very good time for you to work on your gray pile of shame. It doesn't have to be Warhammer Fantasy. It could be 40k. It could be whatever. You could be doing your laundry. Honestly. Is it just a good time to be productive? I looked away, the model's acting like it's a skateboarder. Yeah, it's just so that I can hold the base and I can still move the mini around. I just banged out my short story. Yeah, nice. Under 90 words, as in your short story, you got it like you had 90 words left, or you just did 90 words. Cause that makes me sad if you didn't put a lot of effort into it and you just made it 90 words long. That makes me the big sad. It was 89 words? Okay. It makes me sad, but okay. You are allowed to do that. I put effort in, it's just short. Okay. I need to go back through and paint these gray. Didn't realize you could see the base here. All these arrows, I gotta like get in between them to get all of the surfaces painted. I have a Death Guard army and I'm scared to paint because it's my first army. Well, hey, what I say to that is you're not gonna go anywhere if you don't paint. Like, they'll just sit there and you'll forever be worried about messing it up. But guess what? As long as you're trying, I think that's important. You don't want to be stuck in your fear forever. I think it's important that you step outside your comfort zone and do something that you might find a bit intimidating. And on top of that, you don't have to post any pictures on the internet. You can simply you can just paint for yourself, and if you don't like it, you can start over. You get a paint stripper, take the paint off, and you're good to go. Yeah, even if you just have like a little bit of effort, it's better than not having painted minis. Because you'll look at them and you'll always be reminded, and you'll always be like, oh man, I gotta do those. And then there'll be a point in time where you're like, why didn't I just do it? Oh, DinoFan, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you, DinoFan. I'm very based of Valorant doing their extra subs. Okay, I think I got all the arrows. Now I need to go back and do the belt, right? Because I accidentally put gray was like, oh, I'll do gray here, and then I was like, oh, this is supposed to be brown. Oops. A leather belt. Oh, dear. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about my neck pop. Sorry. Sorry. I know I'll never make the first place. I don't mind, honestly. Well, I appreciate you gifting. I appreciate it. It's very thoughtful of you. And it's kind of like, well, what other rewards and goals do you want to see? Like, for example, do you want me to suffer at the hands of my friend Froggy and have me eat whatever she tells me to eat? I'm gonna tell her within reason. She doesn't know yet. I'm like, just be reasonable. Don't ask me to mix like 50 hot sauces and call that my dinner. That's not really cool. You want to see me suffer a little bit? There's that too. Did you find the Warhammer yet? No, I've not found the Warhammer. Dump the paint water before you call her. That's a good point. That's a good point. That's if we get to the goal. Which, if we don't, that is perfectly fine by me. I'm sure Froggy will be reasonable. I'm sure she will. You know, she's such a reasonable person. I'm sure it won't be a problem. I do hope we get the Skaven painting, but we'll see. Yeah, it's a bit of a ways away, but I will probably make it as another goal in a future subathon. That gnat will not leave me alone. What the heck? Just when I've forgotten about him, he gets up in my face again. Did I get it? I had to like smack myself, I think, to kill it. Nope, I didn't kill it. Dang it. Dang it. All right, guys, let's just keep it all chill today, okay? Let's keep it on track. We're not gonna get into recent comings and goings. Oh yeah, I didn't look up while I was painting. What are people working on? I saw someone said they were nervous about their death guard. But, is anyone else working on a fun project today? I made it to... I think we made it, yeah, I think we made it past 1,000 for the last subathon. But, you know, I'm not really trying to, like, compare because, you know, situations are always different. You know, I don't want to go in with a mindset of, like, having expectations. So I think we did get to that point because I had to make extra goals. I remember I had to make some extra goals. Drukhari Hellions. I should have known, Derek, that you'd be working on Drukhari, and then Black Templar Company Heroes. Nice! I'm working on my Tyranids, but right now it's 3 AM, so a bit too tired to paint. That is fair. You should get some rest. But what color scheme are your Tyranids? You going for a particular... why can't I think? Going for a particular hive? Particular type? Terminators? Custody Shield Captain. Ooh, these are all good. These are all good ones. A lot of 40k. Do a quick little stretch here. Ah. No, I don't need any Drukhari. I do not want a Drukhari army. Alright, give me 1 second. I have to run to the bathroom really fast. I drink a lot of liquids. And I have to pee. Sorry, lots of fluids in me. What model is the Spartan Archer in the thumbnail? Oh, this is the Knight Justiciar. Nope. Knight Judicator. My bad. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep saying it wrong. Knight Judicator. This bad boy, yeah. But he does look like a Spartan. You're not wrong about that. Okay, now I need to do... We're almost done with the blocking. This is gonna take me a while. We're already an hour and a half in. I was like, oh, we gotta get started right away, otherwise I'm gonna be here for hours. We're gonna try to get it all done. Because I don't want to not finish this mini... Oh shoot, I just splashed some water on that. No skitters. Skitter's right here. It's just a good spot for my water cup. Water here. Not a lot, just a little. That was too much water, but it's okay. All right. What color should I make my company heroes? Like their capes? Red, white, white or red, gold maybe? See, Black Templars are black and white. The gold would be a nice pop of color. I think you gotta go with gold or red. The white like blends in too much. Personally, that's what I think. But I'm not much of a painter myself. And we're gonna get this white I have here. I want a warmer white than the one that I have. Corax white is not, it's very like grayish. What I missed? You didn't miss anything. We're just sitting here painting. Oh, I was gonna do the parts of the bow brown. Okay, we'll go back and do it. I'm gonna do the bowstring. this white. Probably need to do 2 coats of it. White too. Oh, Dr. Rhino, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Aurelia Tempris. I am a Warhammer Vtuber, specifically Warhammer 40k, but this week we are doing a little subathon where I have been focusing on Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar content. So, today I'm doing some miniature painting. This is a fantasy mini, the Night Judicator. This is my first one. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you, mods, for getting the shout out. What were you guys up to today? What were you doing? I hope you had a good time. And if you need to eat, sleep, go rest, feel free to go ahead and just thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Painting the smiliest boy in Warhammer? Who is the smiliest boy? I get some feeling it's like gonna be some sort of Slanesh thing or chaos thing. And I'm a little worried. Who is the smiliest boy? Lucius the Eternal. There it is. Yep. I was like, yep, that makes sense. Yep. Well, I hope you've done a good job at painting him and making him look disgusting. Nailed it, yeah. I was like, the smiliest boy. The only things that are usually happy are Nurgle or Slanesh worshippers. Not that Khorne can't be, but it's more evident you'll get smiles from those specific chaos cultists or followers. Oh, DinoFan, thank you for gifting a sub to Dr. Rhino. I appreciate it. And thank you, Dr. Rhino, for your help the other day with Frog and I do also appreciate your help. That was a time, that was a situation. I appreciate your help and playing with us. It was a good time. And I'm sorry you had to revive me so much. Getting better. Slowly but surely, I'm getting better. Second, I'm getting underneath, like I'm getting the underside of this bow. Everyone was getting netted. Oh my gosh, those, no, it's okay. Honestly, I need to get better about recognizing what sounds are what with the trappers, but honestly, that was an insane number of trappers. I was like, honestly, I was amazed at how many trappers there were on that Darktide, like on that specific level. It was just insane. Nothing could have been done about that. That was just crazy. It was just crazy. Yeah, everyone was getting netted. Nothing but net. Nothing but net. So, do you finish your, oh, I keep knocking my chair. Did you finish your Lucius the Eternal, or, Lucius, sorry. I keep thinking about Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter. Or do you still have some more work to do on it? People got saved, got netted, saved, then netted again. Yeah, yep. It was bad. You just had to be there. You just had to be there to witness like how insane it truly was. Long way to go. Might be a Golden Demon model, so the flesh is first, then we do the armor. Okay, okay. When is Golden Demon? It's coming up because I know Frog has been talking about it. At least I thought it was, but now I'm not sure. For some reason I thought it was like in the summer, but I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I don't keep track because I don't paint for competitions. I just kind of paint because I want to. I don't need the extra pressure of like improving my technique. I'm content. Okay, it's for Adepticon in March. That's what I was like, I thought it was like earlier. I thought I remember hearing something about it, but for Europe it's different. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, we're doing all of the color blocking for this right now. This is the first time I used it because I didn't want to use it on my Custodes army, but I'm using the Retributor gold like spray paint, but it comes out grainy, so the model isn't very like smooth, even though like it should be, and it makes me a little sad. It just has like texture on it that I didn't really want, but oh well. Might need to shake up the can. Yeah, I shook it quite a bit though, so I was kind of like surprised, but I'll try that next time. And it wasn't like particularly cold outside, I wouldn't say. It's not a huge deal. This is not like a mini I particularly care for. It's just like, oh, I'm painting this for the fun of it. So I'm not torn up. And anyways, it looks more matte. So either I need to do a primer that's like a black primer this next time around, or I don't know. It just looks too matte for me compared to like how I paint my other Custodes. They have more of like a subtle shine to them. Wait, did the skitter? Did the skitter kit? Did that pop up? What the heck? Huh? That's weird. I thought I fixed it. Huh. That's so weird. I thought I fixed it. I don't know why it's counting them all weird. I wonder if it's based off like totals, but even then other people gifted a bunch, but it didn't pop up. Oh, do I have to? I might have to reset the whole thing. Sorry, didn't know. I wasn't paying attention, and that's so weird. I thought I'd fixed it. Yeah, I don't know, because I have it set to like over 100, so if you gift 100, that's when it goes off, but I don't know why it didn't go off earlier. That's frankly very bizarre, because that's really weird. Okay. I think we are about ready for a wash on this. And then we'll do the highlights. It's actually going faster than I was expecting. Actually, we might do a tiny bit of blue on this back here. Just a little bit. Prime it black, then spray white from above. Okay, okay. I'll have to try that technique. I'm on enough of a struggle bus learning 40k, but I do respect Age of Sigmar. Yeah, you don't have to, yeah, you don't have to know the lore for every single universe. There's already so much. That's kind of why more people, like, will, like, specialize. Like, oh, I just lean into the more 40k stuff, which is kind of what I do. You don't need to know everything. And anyone that says you do is wrong. It's nice to know. It's nice to know, but... All right. I think we are almost set to do a wash. Actually, I might get a bit of my other one. Which model is this one? Night Judicator. It doesn't have the hounds with it. I didn't pick out that. Oh, do I have a green here? I'm gonna paint this tuft, but I don't have green in this room. All I know about Sigmar is that the rats have guns, the gobos worship the moon. Yeah, you go. You got that. Here. Night Judicator, Age of Sigmar. I think I said Stormcast Eternal earlier. It's a Night Judicator, my bad. Actually, I want to look at this picture. Check a few things. Oh, the gaps in his armor. Oh, he's got flesh. I thought that was just part of a helmet. It's part of the helmet now. I'm not gonna be bothered. I'm not gonna be bothered. But we do need to get the gaps between his armor. We'll do that in black. They're in the Stormcast army, so you're right still? Oh, good. Good. I don't know anything, so thank you. I appreciate having that little tidbit. I feel better. I was like, oh, I don't know. Take my word for it. Yes, Zactan, I'm having a very good day. No, I'm actually very much unbothered. I'm more bothered if it's something about like 40k that I'm like, I know this and I should know it. And I feel like a dummy dumb as a result. Okay. Go. So are we listening to Gotrek and Felix now? Yes. I was talking about it earlier that I started reading the audiobook. Not reading, listening to the audiobook, you know what I mean. Yes, starting on Troll Slayer. Sorry, this gap is like really annoying to get. Where else is... I'm trying to get like a good look at this so I like know where the stuff is supposed to be, but it's so hard to tell. Under his arm here. Watching you paint with the music is really relaxing. Yay! That was the goal. I wanted good vibes for the stream. Just something chill. Nothing too crazy. So I'm glad it has succeeded. I'm also not trying to talk super loudly. How'd you like the way it was structured? Gotrek and Felix? Talking about Troll Slayer, Mr. Wood? I just want to make sure I understand what you're asking. Because if you're talking about that, I honestly didn't mind it. I've read my fair share of like fantasy books, so frankly the structure wasn't all that bothersome. It kind of read like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So it's like you're gonna have time skips, and if it was like separate stories all over the place, then I honestly didn't have a problem with it. Have I ever considered reading the Night Lord Omnibus? Well, Warlike Sode, you will be happy to know I have read the Night Lord Omnibus. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly. I'm not, I'm still not a, not a Night Lord stan by any means, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it, let's just say that. I was very interested in knowing what was going to happen next in those books. What did I like? Are you quizzing me? Are you testing me to see if I actually read it? Funny enough, I did find the site about Septimus and Octavia and like their role as like slaves on the ship very like interesting. I thought it was interesting. It was like some cool insight. And you know, I kind of like their relationship too. Ah, well, I'm not an Ave Dominus Nox girl. I will forever be loyal to the Emperor. I had to remind you to finish the third one? Man. I found the books very enjoyable. I felt like I needed to pick up the next one like right away. I was on vacation and I was like, I need to read this now. Alright, I think now we're ready for the wash. Yeah. Oh no, there's tiny little spots that should be black under here. Dang it. The Eastern European accents were so well done in the book. Oh yeah, I did enjoy the reading as well. I've tried to tell my friends, like, I'm like, hey, like, audiobooks are like really good. And like, I just can't get past the monotone, which I think I was like that at one point. But it doesn't feel like a lot of the Warhammer books are like monotone. Like, the voice actors do get into like the voices. But I feel like when I tell my friends that, they don't believe me. No, they actually take a bit, like, take some time and effort. Like, Infinite and the Divine is also one of the ones I thoroughly enjoy, because, like, one of the reasons is because of how good the voice acting is. I should read Devastation of Baal? Yes, you should. Holy cow, that's a great one. That one tore me up at the end. Holy cow, I cried. I need to paint this little thing here. I always forget, like, there's a lot of details in this model. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta paint this, I gotta paint that. Yes, what he goes through is absolutely heart-wrenching. You should give it a read. The audiobook... yeah. Nah, it was pretty... it made me sad. Poor Dante. Poor Dante. I think everyone should read the Path of the Dark Eldar series. Derek, I can't take you seriously, man. I can't take you seriously. Every other word, and it's about the Dark Eldar. I can't take you seriously. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't take you seriously enough. You're just a shill for the Drukhari, and I'm just like, well, this guy clearly can't be trusted. I'm kidding, of course, but still. He's very serious about the Dark Eldar, but it's like, it's a little concerning. Have I read any of the Warhammer horror series? No, I've mainly listened to the videos. Oh wait, no, I did read one. I don't know if you call it part of the horror series, but I read The Bookkeeper's Skull. That one was like a horror-esque book, but I've not read Watcher in the Rain or the one with the pig. But I've listened to like the recaps of those because I was curious. It was before I kind of got into the audiobooks. All right, now it is time. Now it's time for the wash. It's taken forever, but we're finally there. This is... I kind of want a reddish wash. Yes, second, I need to unclog this in here at my desk. I don't think I do. It's on my other desk. I know I have it. It's just, it's not in this room. 1 second. I'm gonna go get it. Oh wait, no. This will work. This will work. Yes, I will hydrate in just a moment. Drinking. There we go. Got a good sip in. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I might need to grab another pipette. Actually, I will be right back. I'm gonna grab that. There we go. Okay. Now I have reference for some of these, like, the names on these colors. So, like, Reichland Flesh Shade. I'm like, oh, I understand now. I know what this is. We'll go with the Reichland. Just realized I have 40.1k channel points. I must maintain this number at all costs. Or you could just keep like getting more channel points so you can do more exterminatuses later. I don't know. I feel like both are good options. Okay, we're going with a more reddish tint. That gnat is back. I need a bug zapper. I need a bug zapper. Pronto. Really quickly. But 40k the fun number? Yeah, it's a funny number, but do you want to maximize it? Alright. time for the shading. I'm a little worried. It looks like I'm like slathering mud all over this. Like, just trust the process. Just trust the process. It's gotta let it dry. We've gotta let it do its thing. And then we'll get the cloak too. And we'll need this to dry for a hot minute. One second, I'm making sure I get all the details, so I'm pointing. The mini is definitely not on your screen. There we go. What is sitting on my head? It was probably a barking toad. Probably the barking toad. I think this is this a wash, or is this my glue mixture? It's my glue mixture. This was the okay. There. I see your setup, and I can't tell if you're willing to make a mess or I'm just too prissy to put down paint on my minis. Oh, yeah. Yes, Revan said it right. This marble slab is super easy to clean. Super easy to clean, and also, like, I don't care. Like, and this guy, he's a little bit off the napkin here, so I'm not as worried about him. Is this gonna be your new painting soundtrack or relaxing soundtrack? Yeah, probably. Unless someone yells at me that I can't use it. It's really nice. Like, the occasional singing is okay, but, like, kind of like it. Oh wait, do I already have one of these open? Yes, this one was opened already. Okay, good, good, good. I want a darker one for the stone. I just want the stone to look... Oops, yeah. See, watch this. Ta-da! It's, like, pretty much gone. I actually recently got a new stand that holds my minis. I have a stand, but I move around too much. I like looking at all the angles, and like the stand, like let's put it this way. So we have this mini here. I will go through the motions and I will show you what I mean. I have this stand that got gifted, and like I was like looking at it and I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is like something that's gonna work well for me. I like holding on to the mini because I like having it as closest to my face as I need to. So technically he would be mounted properly on this, but like what's the point? It takes longer for me. Like I feel so bad because I just realized that like this isn't going to be as effective as I thought it was going to be, because like I'm just going to like turn it, and you know what's faster than turning it? And I can get whatever angle I want. I don't have to reclip. It's a handle, but it's like even this, like, yeah, I could touch, but like I have to re-grip it, re-clip it, and I feel bad because now I'm like, oh shoot, this isn't working like I thought it was going to. And someone gave it to me as a gift, and I'm like, ah. But even the handles, it's like, no. Yeah, I just grab it. Pretty much it. There we go. Corks are nice for small minis. Yeah, it's just also the element of I also don't like putting minis on stands. Yeah, I'm very picky. I don't like putting my minis on stands, like on the discs. Because I don't like that you can't get some angles, which is why this guy's hanging off the base. I was like, oh, I couldn't get this area earlier, but I can. I just like the ability to be able to move it as quickly and as much as I want. So even handles, it's like I grow tired of the angle fairly quickly. Could just hold the handle. Yeah, I'm really picky about it. It's so weird. Like I thought, oh, this'll be fine, and then it's like, no. Did I not get any? Shoot. I didn't get the wash on the inside of his leg here. For me, the biggest pain is finding somewhere with good lighting. Oh yeah, I've got a pretty solid light here. All right, we let it sit. Yeah, handles are good for priming because you don't need to get like really like specific. Like just blanket that sucker. Blanket that sucker. All right, gonna stretch. Do a little stretch. Smash or pass on Slanesh? Justin, I know you've been here for a bit. I feel like you should already know the answer. Or are you really Justin, and just an agent of chaos masquerading as Justin? Because you should know my answer. I prefer painting pre-assembly. Yeah, honestly, it is easier to paint parts of minis like prior to assembly, but here we are. All right, I'm gonna set it down. We're not gonna touch it. We're gonna chat for a little bit. Painting and subassembly saves a lot of hassle. Yeah. Hang on, I'm checking something really fast. Weird. Sorry, I was looking at something to see if I was having an issue. Which it will do. How much time left before the short story submission deadline? It's like 5 hours from now, thereabouts. Saw your shorts on YouTube and then Twitch recommended your stream. Oh, hi Shibani. I'm surprised you got recommended the shorts. I've actually been thinking about making some more. Because those are very old. They're very, very old, so I'm glad you're here. We're just doing some mini painting today. I need to... Actually might do... Hang on. Part of this guy that I don't think got hit with the wash. The algorithm does work in mysterious ways. I'm surprised people are still seeing. I only had like 5 shorts. So I'm surprised. Okay, there. Shorts help a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for shorts because currently I was having this discussion because I would like to see more growth and shorts are a really good way to do that via YouTube. And while there are people that like make clips, I don't think there's really a good... The things that people clip are usually like niche things and they're not really good for the shorts arena. So yes, they can be little clips from stream, but you have to have like kind of like a good method as for like it needs to check a lot of boxes for them to be successful. You can make them, but they got to be decent. So there's that. And the clips that get taken, or just kind of my general humor, it's not well suited to that style of content, even with editing, and I've attempted this. Yeah, even with editing, I have tried to make like things that I'm like, oh yeah, this could be good. It just doesn't work. So I'm trying to find a good style of clip content that is engaging, while drawing people and pointing them to my channel. Yeah, but even then, a good editor can't even like... A good editor can't fix something that doesn't meet a certain threshold of something that you might consider entertaining or funny. I'm not saying I'm not funny, but there are people who have a different type of humor that is better. A type of humor that is better suited to shorts. You know what? Small confession. I saw your shorts when they first came out, and I didn't start watching you until just after saying Woody's marriage stream. Well, that's okay. That's okay. See, the shorts, those were okay because I was mainly using just, like, different, like, kind of popular sounds. So it worked well for that, but trying to do more stuff where people see me versus, like, just doing, like, a trend. Yeah, shorts can be a lot, especially if you get into that rut of the same song. I found your channel through Emperor TTS React. Yeah, that's how a lot of people found me. So I have a solution. I have an idea I'm gonna pursue. We'll see how good it is in the long run. Oh, this turned out nice. This darker wash. That turned out really good on the rocks. Definitely looks way more weathered than it did with the base metallic I was using. Yeah, TTS is, I think, how most people found me. And we'll do more Hunter the Parenting. Well, not more. We will start it, actually. Will I do it this week? Let me think. Maybe Sunday. I have to look to see what I'm up to. I got a lot of Dark Tide. Yeah. If the Emperor had a text-to-speech device, Game Tavern. That series. Not Tabletop Simulator. Wait, unless you did find me through Tabletop Simulator. I doubt it, though. I found you from the algorithm recommending you for some reason out of the blue. I appreciate that. Found you through Sotec. Yeah, collabs are good for that. Collabs are really, really good. Sorry for the delay. I'm waiting for the... I'm waiting for the wash to dry. Very different from a woman saying she's waiting for the wash to dry about 50 years ago. No, that would be farther back. That'd be like 60 years ago. Let's see. But yeah, so I'm trying to find some ways to get some more growth. So I'm gonna try some shorts. It's not a bad thing, it's just a thing. It's just my style of humor just isn't, like, best suited for, shorts, in my opinion. Better for, like, I think I am better at longer form content, so, like, videos, that are, like, highlights. So, having a conversation about X or Y. So... Don't really remember how I came across this stream. I just saw this person, saw the ears, and assumed you would be a Drukhari fan. But you thought wrong, Derek. Nathalian, thank you. I appreciate you saying that I have a slow burn humor. For a while, I didn't think I was particularly funny, but it's just a matter of like the style of the humor is different. I'm not like I have a sibling. The sibling is incredibly witty and they can come up with something on the fly that makes everyone laugh. It's not the same for me. They just have like a knack for being really sharp and witty, which I can be at times, but yeah, but for a while I didn't think I was actually funny because, you know, the comparison. There's once a time when Aurelia thought she wasn't clippable. Yes, that is true. I did say that. At the time, it was the sort of thing where it's kind of like what I'm talking about now, where the humor just doesn't fit clips in the way I'd like it to. Like, I have somewhere I was like, oh man, I was really funny there, and it was like a short moment, but like, man, it just doesn't work the way I want it to. Didn't that turn into like a clip 2 minutes later? That's very different. Humor the community finds funny is different from humor the general public finds funny. Yes, I have also gained more confidence in humor as I progress. You know, just practice. It's not even like perfect practice. Just being able to hang out. Oh, Wolfwood, thank you so much for the gift sub. For Morthos, thank you. You could do clips of your painting streams. Oh, I'm not that good at painting. I'm not that good at painting, bro. But I will say a lot of my conversations do happen when I am painting. A lot of, like, I think the good conversations I get to have. When I'm playing a game, it's very hard. I'm definitely more locked in. Okay, let's see. This is going to be a very similar formula to how I do my Custodies. We have Skull Crusher Brass. Also love this one. It's a very gold kind of brassy color, but well, brass is more gold than bronze. I was saying most of the streams that, not streams, the shorts or clips that you find of people doing painting stuff is like their mini painting tips, like, oh, this is how you do this, and they have like a really quick like tutorial on how to paint X mini. And I am saying I don't have the technical skill, nor do I necessarily want to develop the technical skill to like make that be my primary content. Remember to change the water, especially when you use metallic paint. How about I do whatever I feel like? I'm kidding. I probably should, but that means I'd have to mute myself. I'd have to go pour that out in the sink, and it's okay. I have separate water for watering it down. So that I hope is good enough for you. A pipette for water. Yeah, I have a pipette and I use it also to water my tray. You never thought of that? Yeah, I just had some on hand. It's also because I have to feed the wet palette and I don't want to like dump water in there. It's just easier to use the pipette. But yeah, like I said, my technical skill. Do your reactions when you make a mistake? We'll see. We will see. I have something I'm gonna try. I just need to sit down and like make time for it, and I plan to do that after so like I already have stuff in mind, so keep that in mind. I already have something I want to try out. It's just I need to sit down and do it, and I was gonna work on it in the next month or so after the subathon, because the subathon has taken up a lot of my time. I would rather watch a mid-tier painter than a professional. There are plenty of people who like to see what someone close to their level of skill can do. Pro tips are short. Well, that's some good insight. I hadn't considered that, because I was more thinking like, ah man, I just don't have like all the details. This is like how involved do I want to be with that? All right, so what we're doing here is we're adding a bit of shine to all of like the larger surfaces on this mini, specifically the gold. So this is Skull Crusher Brass. So it's supposed to like make the colors really pop. You can see it's kind of turned like a darker, not orange, but it has a reddish tint to it now. So we're gonna give it a little bit of shine, a little bit of pop, a little bit of color, while keeping a lot of the shading that we just put down. This is from like a tutorial I saw when I was going to make my Sanguinius mini, and I kind of use it for everything. I like how the guy I found, he did his armor. I was like, that's nice. So I just do it for my Custodes, even though they don't have nearly as much detail. An idea for a short to show off your completed mini. Yeah, that is a good idea for a short. It's just how much growth does it get? And it's a lot of like trial and error. It's a whole trial and error process, and just showing off a mini won't necessarily do that. In my opinion, that's not to say it hasn't worked before, but just if I was posting it on Twitter, that would be different. If I was like, oh, just check this out, but posting a short has a different kind of expectation to it. That side over there is still wet, so we'll deal with that later. One second, I see the chat's moving. I just need to focus on the little section for a moment. Okay, take a look. Whew. Let's see. The reason I got at painting is because you did. You knew that at the time you weren't especially great at it, but still wanted to do it. It made me realize that if you could do it, even if you weren't great, then anyone could do it. Me as well. Yeah, that's absolutely true, and I will keep saying that. Like, I can see the areas where I have improved. Am I the best mini painter ever? Still no, but that's fine, as long as I think people, I don't want people to be afraid of trying something new, that just because it's okay, trying something new that is not unethical, immoral, or illegal. Let me clarify that. Please. Trying something new, especially if it's like a skill that they've been anxious or nervous about like getting into, because guess what? You do it in the comfort of your own home. People don't have to know. You don't have to tell people. And if someone asks like, oh, what do you do for fun? You're like, oh, I'm just trying a new hobby. I'm painting miniatures. That's it. You should not need to qualify that, but I do. But I say it just in case. You never know. But I feel the desire to just clarify. I'm gonna get in this gap in his armor. So yes, I recommend like trying, like, it I always It's made me laugh. If you guys are familiar with the movie Zootopia, it came out like what, over 10 years ago now. They have that song that's called Try Everything. And I'm like, the general concept of the song I think is good. They're like, hey, like, keep trying, like, do all, but I'm like, I don't know if you should try everything. Like, I always thought that was kind of funny and a little silly. I'm like, don't try everything, okay? Like, don't do that. Like, that could be really bad for your health. Like, it was encouraging people. It's like, yeah, okay, you're gonna make mistakes, but like, it'll be okay. Like, you'll be fine. Like, I understand what they were trying to get at, but I was like, don't try everything, please. Like, that's just, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm trying to get this piece of his calf armor. It's just such a weird angle. No, don't try bank robbery. That's bad. Don't do that. It's a great way to get in trouble with the law and the police, and a great way to go to jail. You don't want to try jail. You don't want to try jail. That's not a good place for you. Not a good place for anyone, for that matter. You should not get involved with that. Okay, you guys can still see it. What if as a prank? No. No. No, don't do that. You scared me for a second. So I was like, I'm gonna try Grand Theft Auto. The video game. I'm like, I'm glad you clarified. Don't say things that'll get me in trouble. Look at that. He's already looking like, you can see, like before he was not shiny. Now when I move him in the light, he's a shiny boy. Look at that. He looks much better. He just needs a little bit of shine to him. And we don't even have highlighting done. Inside Mirror 2 Wolves, they're both equally stupid. Honestly, there's some days I just feel that way. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I am the dumbest person alive. Not every day. But some days it is more obvious than others. This lightning bolt I'm gonna do in that silver, so we're not gonna do. No war crimes either. I forbid war crimes. No war crimes here. If you're gonna commit war crimes, go do them elsewhere. Oh yeah, shiny boy, shiny, shiny, shiny boy. I gotta get his head and this pauldron. And a few other details, but we're getting there. But it's never a war crime the first time. No, that's not true. It is not considered a war crime the first time, but it can always be made into a war crime after the fact. It may not be a war crime initially, but it can be considered one after the fact. You should not bank on that. You can still get in trouble for doing something that is later classified as a war crime. Yes, people are usually lighter about it, like, well, you didn't know. But also people look at you and you're like, dang, that guy's ruthless. Why would he do that? Like, that's insane. I wouldn't think about doing that. We shouldn't have to make that a rule. Like, people still think that. Like, we shouldn't have had to say, don't do this thing. Why do Canadians get to do war crimes then? No, it's not that they get to do war crimes. It's just they have done a lot, more than you expect that they have. Yes, the Night Judicator. He's coming along really nicely. I'm kind of happy. I was a little worried, but like I'm quite pleased. And I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well, Sotek. Can we get a little, my little special, the Steve shout out, please? For Sotek. Lore Master, Sotek is my friend, and we play Total War, but this week we will be playing Darktide. You did put that on your schedule, right? I haven't released a schedule for this week because I still have subathon stuff going on. I hadn't done it yet, but I will. The tally sheet for the Canadians in World War II was that bad. Yeah, no, look, don't mess with Canada because, well, they're a little eager. Just don't think about it too much. I didn't realize they were like, it was so bad until I looked into it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, who hurt these people? Like, oh my word, I've never seen anyone, like with war crimes. I'm like, bro, that's guys are a little crazy. Going a little crazy over this, guys. Winter will do that to people? I don't know what to say to that. I don't know if that justifies war crimes, but you know. Okay. Whatever you say, I guess. Can do the tips of these gold so they shine a little brighter. I'm gonna have some highlight on them in a second, but I want it to shine a little more. Yeah, look at that. Very shiny, very nice. Yeah, he has a bit of a spot back here I can... It's coming out nice. Well, yeah, no, I understand that, like, weather can be bad, but, like... And it's, like, really taxing. It can wear people down. Like, I totally get it. I understand. But, like, I don't know if it's just me, but okay. It's gonna get a little weird, but it'll make sense, I promise. All right, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Okay, so when I started first getting, like, this is when I was like a teenager. All right, guys. If you don't want to hear gross things, like, I suggest you mute. It's not all that gross, but you know, it's normal stuff. But I'm just gonna give you a tidbit that my dad told me, but it needs extra context. So you have a 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I hope you're muted. If not, oh well, you've been warned. When I was first getting my period, and, you know, all the emotional stuff that comes with it for girls, my dad said to me, he said, hey, I just want you to keep this in mind, while, like, you're just starting out with this. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on with your body. Yes, there's a lot of hormones. There's a lot of things going on, but your period should never be an excuse to treat someone poorly or treat someone badly. So, associating that with the weather here. Yes, I'm fully aware that winter, especially when it's cloudy and overcast all the time, it really makes people depressed, and they don't want to have, like, they're not in the best headspace. But in my opinion, just because of this thing my dad told me, it should never be an excuse to behave poorly. Alright, we're done with the gross stuff. We're done with the gross stuff now. I won't say anything more about it. But that is... That is the advice. You can tell people to unmute if they muted. But yeah. Just because you have stuff going on with you doesn't mean you get to treat people poorly. So, there's my 2 cents. My dad's 2 cents, really. But he doesn't know I'm giving it to you guys. He wouldn't hate it, though. That's a clip. You see, that would be a clip, but not a very good, it would be very wholesome short content. We could do that. Grossness over unmute, yes. Yeah, it's not all that gross, but, like, I feel like just to give people a heads up, like, you know, if you don't want to hear about that, you don't gotta wanna. It is normal, but I respect people being like, I'd rather not. Doesn't make me mad. But I will say, I've not been perfect in that regard, where I'm like, yes, I'm an angel all the time. Like, no, I've absolutely been a butthole. Like, when I've been having a bad time, like, I've absolutely been a butt. Ten out of 10, best dad. My dad is great. I love my dad. I find it so funny that, well, there's, like, the stigma with VTubers that, like, they're fatherless. Like, why would they go, or, like, they don't have a dad who loved them. Like, why would they go do things on the internet? But, like, man, I love my dad. My dad's pretty great. Like, I have a good relationship with my dad. So, I am a daddy's girl. So, it's always funny when people are like, man, it'll be like occasionally like, man, that's some fatherless behavior right there. I'm like, that's hilarious. I have a dad and he loves me. He loves me a lot, and he tells me that all the time, that he loves me. Yeah. Everyone's a butt sometimes. Not all the time. It's just like the regular, like, it's just how, like, people are just on occasion. What people say that, yeah, but specifically if they're, like, VTube haters. VTuber haters, they're like, eh. They're like, that's so weird, why would you do that? And I can't say I blame them, because before I became a VTuber, I was kind of like, that's kind of an odd hobby to be in. Like, that's a little bizarre, like, but I understand now. I have way more context for, like, why there is an appeal, regarding VTubers. Well, no, so it was like, when I was first introduced, I was like, what's this? And my friend was like showing me this, and I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know, man. That's kind of bizarre. And like the conversation ended, and then later, like I think I saw clips from like Phase Connect. By the way, I just mixed Runefang Steel and Skullcrusher Brass. That's what I'm doing my highlight in. So it's just like a lighter, like silvery gold. So I started watching Phase Connect clips, and I'm like, okay, these girls are kind of funny. And then I was, during like this same time period, I was getting into Warhammer, getting into like more nerdy things. And then I understood the appeal more of why people were interested in being like VTubers. I'm like, oh, I kind of get it now. So, fatherless behavior has it does have undertones. But I do think, I will say this. I think a father's role in the life of both, like in the life of any child, is very important. For girls, it helps them feel like stable and help them like know their worth, that they are going to be loved, that they're going to be loved by a man, like without condition. And then like for men, having a good role model. This is all assuming that the father is a good role model. Obviously that goes out the window if he's a bad dude and he isn't a good father. But I think the role of a father in a child's life, it cannot be understated. Yes, go hug your daughter. Go hug your daughter, Nova. So frankly, I think the importance of dads, not that moms aren't important, but I think dads have like a really special role to play. And I think that because my dad was just such an awesome dad. Like, I'm very lucky to have him. Like, he helped me become the person I am today. And like, yeah, I'm still my own person and I do things differently. And I definitely do things like, I do things in a way where he would not, but a lot of like the stuff I have is like things I've learned from my dad. So I will forever be grateful to him for just being my dad. Oof, my brush is a bit... Let me just straighten it. The Emperor is not her dad? Yeah, no, the Emperor is not my dad. No. No, the Emperor is not my dad. I am not a Primarch, I'm just a custodian. That's why I love my stepdad, he's the best even though we're not blood related. And see, I love that. The people that step up to be father figures in other people's lives, stepdads, and even like stepmoms, like that they are, and that they treat their stepchildren as if they were their own. Incredible people. Incredible people. Yeah, usually when you hear the term like fatherless, like, oh man, that's fatherless behavior, usually it's in a pretty negative context. Some people, you're right, turn out just fine without a dad. But definitely when you hear that term, it's definitely someone, it's very derogatory. When I don't think it's necessarily the fault of the person who's in that position. You do think your dad doesn't understand, but you're not doing anything harmful? Are you talking to me, Game Tavern? I want to make sure I understand. You need both sides of the coin to raise a child. I honestly think, yeah. Yes. I think both mothers and fathers are important. Absolutely. You definitely need both. I just think a lot of people sometimes forget how important a father really is. Like, yeah, you definitely need both sides of the coin. Do 100% agree. All right, time to do these little tiny highlights on the pauldron. So small to see. I have so much respect for my late stepdad. Unfortunately, it only became clear after his death how much he helped me behind the scenes. He was a quiet, supportive family member that never took credit because I already had a father when he came into the picture. Oh, well, Bowman, I am glad that you realize that now. And I think if he were alive today, he would be thrilled to know that. Have you, out of curiosity, if it's none of my business, tell me it's none of my business. I hope you have expressed that to your mom, and that I think that might be good for her as well. Chimera Paints Minis, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Aurelia Tempris. I'm a Warhammer Vtuber. My model is Custodes, which, you know, it's got special lore, so don't get too upset by it. Welcome in. Thank you for doing the shout out. What were you guys working on? Obviously, you're painting minis. I've seen you stream with Froggy before. I love your model. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Today we're doing a Warhammer Fantasy mini. Normally I do 40k stuff, but I'm doing a little subathon this week, so we're kind of switching up the strategy, and I'm doing a Age of Sigmar mini today. So my Knight Judicator, he is going along pretty well. We're not going to end stream until I finish. Female Eldar Custodes. Whoa. Gun shrimp. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. No, not an Eldar. How dare you? How dare you? These pointed ears here. I'm an abhuman, okay? I am a human. I'm just a little different. I just have pointed ears. That's all. I can't take them anywhere. It's okay. It's okay. I understand it's their first time. You know, a lot of people, like, you know, they make accusations. Make accusations. No, not an Eldar. And what did I see? Hang on, I saw what you guys... 1 second. You were working on Hellbrute. Ooh, that's fun. That's fun. Do you finish it up, or do you still have some more work to do? I am going to be working on... Hopefully, I don't think we'll have too much more time left on this. We'll see. Probably maybe an hour? No one wants to tell Gilman that he apparently wasn't the first Primarch to date an Eldar. Bro. Well, he was, because I'm an abhuman. Just started, so a lot's left to do. Yeah, we had another raid earlier, and they were working on Lucius. So Or Lucius. Is it Lucius or Lucius? I'm now like... Lucius Malfoy. Is it Lucius Malfoy? Ah! I think it's Lucius. I think it's Lucius, but now I've totally, like, just confused myself at this point. At this rate, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know my own name. Either pronunciation works. I've heard both, so now I'm, like, just like, I don't know. I heard a Harry Potter name? Yeah. Lucius Malfoy, or you could say Lucius Malfoy. Have you seen the new Luton video? It's on your husband? No, there's a new one? Okay, well, I'm gonna watch that. We'll need to watch that on a stream, I think. I need to make sure he's got all his facts right. I need him to tell the people. Dang it, the freaking skitter came back again. What is the deal? Okay, we're gonna disable that. Congratulations, you keep getting the skitter. It's broken. It's broken. I don't know why. I don't know why. But thank you, Dino Fan. I think it's tied off of how many subs you've given total. I don't know. It's weird. I'm glad you like the music. The song is really funny. Yeah, Dino Fan is just special apparently, and he gets the Awaken #1 song. I don't understand why. I thought I fixed it, and I should have just turned it off. But I wasn't expecting Dino Fan to gift another sub, so it's turned off now. It's turned off now. Ethan, if you're falling asleep, you should go to bed. Do not underestimate the importance of getting a good night's rest. It is critical that you do. How else is the Emperor going to use you on the battlefield? If you're not well rested, gotta be well rested. If only a certain app human could get more rest. Look, I have been getting more rest, actually. I did go to bed late last night, but that was not intentional. Not intentional. But I have been, like, getting more sleep. So, like, you can't spin that back on me. I make a concerted effort. I make a concerted effort to go to bed at a reasonable time. This is why I drink less caffeine, so I'm not, like, awake at, like, 2 in the morning. How long have you been painting for? A year? A year. Oh, and by the way, thank you so much for the raid. If you need to eat, sleep, like, or just take a break, feel free. I appreciate you, trusting your community with me. We're just gonna hang out with chill vibes while I paint this guy. He's turning out nice. I'm very happy. What felt directed? What do you mean that's not enough rest? Did I miss? I think I missed a message. I didn't have to call you out like that. What? I wasn't calling you out specifically. I was just saying in general. I didn't see your comment. I love your vibe. I will settle in here. Yes, yes. Just gonna chill. A good vibe on a... It's a Monday? Monday. It's Monday. Doesn't feel like a Monday, but it is. Because I've been streaming every day for like the past like week, my brain is all confused. It's all very confused. Don't stay up until 2 a.m. You don't need to. You're gonna be more productive if you get more sleep. And like, you won't think so at first, and you'll feel like it's a waste of your time, because trust me, I thought the same thing. But once I started getting more sleep, I was like, wow, I actually feel refreshed and I get more done in my day than I would have otherwise. Sometimes it is necessary to grind, and trust me, there are days where I am up super late, and it's like, it's incredibly necessary. But as a general rule, I think it's really good that you get more sleep. And also, if you don't get enough sleep, sometimes the hormones in your body get super imbalanced. So like, for example, I happened to look into something where it's like there's less testosterone in your system if you don't get enough sleep, which is not good. And it's not like a small amount, it's like a significantly like less. It's at least like a 10% drop in testosterone. So like, I recommend you get your sleep. Don't stay up until 2 a.m. He says at 5 a.m. Yes. Good. Gun Trimp, you're go to bed, please. I know it's 4 a.m., but I'm proud that you're going to bed. Thank you so much for coming over and hanging out. Sleep is for the weak, caffeine is the way. Okay. It's not, but okay. I have found I'm much more productive when I get more sleep. I need to go back over with the gold. Oh, but I just mixed it in. Oops. Well, we'll figure that out. I might stay up for a little while longer, then get some sleep. I've got some work to do tomorrow. Okay, then. I want you, I care. I want you guys to be well rested. We gotta do some highlight on the top parts of this armor. I get some action. Any fellow overnight workers who can't sleep. See, and that's the unfortunate part. If your job just makes it really difficult to get a consistent schedule, I'm very sorry. That really sucks, and I feel for you. Because, dude, it's rough. I had to do a stint where for a while I was getting up incredibly early for work, and like I'd get off like earlier, but it sucked. It wasn't like a super long like thing, but it still was like just, it definitely wears on the body and the mind. Yeah, having an irregular sleep schedule is better than not getting enough sleep, but it can get down a dark path if you're not a dark path. It can turn out badly if you're not paying close attention. Then suddenly it'll be like, oh yeah, I haven't slept in like who knows how long. Dang, he's coming together a lot faster than I thought he was going to. Like, I thought there was a chance that, like, it would just be really, really slow, but I've managed to paint this guy in like about 3 hours. Like there's a few like smaller things I need to do. Like I need to do some silver highlights. Tiny bit. This wet palette is just a mess of colors. Looks great so far. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm pretty happy. We're doing this lighter silver on the gray metallic that I did earlier. And then we're gonna figure out with the highlighting for the cape. Yeah, I don't know what the Twitch, like, YouTube thing is. Sorry, not the Twitch. The new, like, YouTube XP thing is. I think it's just YouTube trying to find a way to have, like, a similar environment to Twitch for live streams. I think the XP is, like, either chat engagement or it's related to, like, gifting subs. So if you're really active in the chat, you'll have a higher like score, let's just put it that way, or if you like gift subs, you'll have a higher score. Yeah, it would be cool if the XP like did cool interactions, and I think we will over time see like YouTube do more stuff to like kind of grow their presence for live streams. It's just gonna take a lot longer because they haven't really developed it prior to, they haven't spent a lot of time to really develop it like they should. Man, I'm getting really hungry. I can smell my, I have a slow cooker going. So I can smell what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm like, oh, I'm getting hungry. Getting hungry just thinking about it. Ooh. Okay. I think little I think I got all the highlights in that I wanted. Wait, hang on. Yeah, let's see. I don't have a good camera to like zoom in and show you all the detail, but I can do that. So now all we have to do is the cloak and the headpiece. Look at that shine. Is a shiny guy. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I could probably comfortably move him over. We're gonna move him back to where he's supposed to be. Because I don't have to get into some of these like little these smaller layers. Yeah, I will say some of my, you could see it here, some of my wash kind of got globbed up. Which I can make a darker shadow. I don't know if I'll do that this time around. I don't need to get into like the fine details. We're just gonna do this. Or you just do like a kind of a light blue highlight. Yes, we do have another... Oh, no, I was talking about the shadow on the mini. My apologies, Shadow Revan. My bad. I was just talking about I was talking about shading. Sorry. Hi, Fresh Cut Milk. I am doing pretty well. How about yourself? Working on my miniature here. And really do light highlights, like light stuff on the inside of the cloak, because it's still gonna mostly be dark. There are some edges within it that we probably pull out. My feet are sore from doing double shifts at the restaurant this weekend. Oof, man. But hopefully you got good tips. I'm assuming you're a waiter. Well, hopefully you got good pay for it. The paycheck will feel really nice when it hits the account. Assistant server. Okay, yeah, so you did get good tip money. Yay! That's good. We love to hear that. We love to hear that. What's the lore component tomorrow looking like? There's a video I need to watch on Skaven, at least. There's some short stories I am reading, which aren't really, like, you know, official lore. But I will be reading those. But we'll be watching some videos. So it'll be probably some more Age of Sigmar, since I didn't do too much of that. But we will see. Pay feels good, but you know what feels better? Spending it on plastic. I mean, it is nice. What I was really saying was that it's nice to, like, see, like, the number hit, like, the money hit the bank account, and, like, yeah, like, I worked hard for that, like, I earned that. I was saying that feeling is really good. Quirky Kid, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Man, ugh. Now that you've gotten to experience how does painting Stormcast feel to painting Custodes, it's actually pretty similar. I use, like, the same recipe. I did not change the recipe or, like, the style. I was like, I like this. So that's partially why I picked the Stormcast to paint, because I didn't want to have to think too hard about painting it. Like, I didn't want to have to think about, like, how I needed to paint it differently. Just like, oh, okay, I've done this before. Enough said. I'll be bouncing off. Hope you have a good rest of your stream. Thank you, Fresh Cut Milk. Enjoy the rest of your evening. My first time doing, like, a cloak and, like, the actual color that I paint, like, the highlights in a color I, like, painted it in. Because normally I do, like, a very, like, shiny metallic for the Custodes cloaks, because I kind of like the metallic sheen on him. This is it's a little different for me. Doing an actual shade here. Sorry, I'm holding this all off camera. See, oh wow, that actually looks really nice on the camera. You see that pop. Wow. Wow. Are we ever gonna get a game where we play as Custodes? Yes, I've already played a bunch of games as a with the Custodes army. You should go check them out. They're gonna definitely be on my YouTube. They're in the VODs. I think there's a category that I have is, like, tabletop games. If not, I should do that. But yes, I have played tabletop with the Custodes army. I like the Telemon. He's pretty great. Oh, are you saying, did we ever get a game, like a video game where the Custodes is the protagonist? Oh yeah, that's a very different question. I don't think you will. Because the Custodes are, like, really, really tough. And they're, like, super skilled. So trying to level up, like, a Custodes is, like, they're already really lethal. It just it doesn't, I don't think it fits very well for like a video game. Just because in lore, they're already busted. Okay, last little bit is we need to do a little bit of highlight for the plume. Probably gonna need more red. Make sure it's not super pink. Yeah, just a little more red. Better. Thankfully, I don't need too much. The shading did nicely on the plume. Like, see how the lines. With the upcoming Dawn of War 4 game, do you hope Custodies show up? I think that would be cool. I think it would be cool. But like, it's not like required in my mind. Like, I'm not like, oh, well, I won't play if they don't have the Custodies. It's like, no, I mean, yes, they're my favorite faction, but like, I'm not gonna get torn up over it. That might be too pink still. Depends on how that dries. That looks pink. Yeah, it looks pink even from your guy. I'm gonna go some more red. That's better. Found your YouTube videos while learning about my gene father Sanguinius. Happy to finally catch a stream. Oh, yay! I'm so glad. I love Sanguinius. He's pretty great. He's pretty great. Glad to find some mood kindred. I see you went with the Hammers of Sigmar paint scheme because it's close to Custodies. Yeah, I didn't want to get too, I didn't really get into... I didn't really want to work hard to look for, like, a paint scheme. And I didn't want to make something up. I was just kind of like, you know what? I like what they have here. It works for me, and it's already similar to the Custodies, so I don't have to, like, try to figure out a new, like, scheme. Although his plume turned very much, his plume is a very pink now, and I don't like it. So we're gonna try to mix some red back in there. Hopefully save this. I don't like the pink. Just didn't look the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I think I might have to redo the plume, like go over it in red and do a wash again, because it looks like very pink next to the gold armor. Is it too much white? I even tried adding more red. Like, I would need like tiny touch. Oh. Let me do a quick stretch. I've been shrimped quite a bit. And now my stomach is starting to revolt. Yeah, I think I'll just do a wash again and we'll just get the red paint back. Keep it bright. That'll fix the problem. It's a learning process. Too much white. Next time I'll go with like a different color to mix in. I liked how vibrant it was earlier, but I think the wash also pulled some color from it. It was okay. But on top of that, using the pink just made it so... made it not look as good. Okay, there we go. Back to the red. Kind of hard to see on your guys' side, but it's back to bright red again. We'll let it dry, and then we'll do that. Yeah, it was a little too pink. Not really a pink girly. Like, some people look great in pink. I don't look great in pink. So I think that's part of it. But I've never been like, yes, let me paint my miniatures pink because I can. I'm like, nah. No. I think other styles look nicer. We're going to do some touch up on the fletching. What brand of paint? I'm using like a regular cheap hobby store acrylic, and then some Citadel. It just kind of like whatever I feel like. So like I have more regular acrylic paint, so I've just kind of been going with that. For like my reds and my blues, but I use Citadel for the metallics usually. There we go. Man, I'm getting so shrimped. Like, I'll be like, okay, I fixed my shrimp posture. And then I, like, revert to it 5 seconds later, and I'm like, ugh. Is there any difference between Tzeentch and Slaanesh color schemes? Yeah, Slaanesh is usually pinks, purples, and kind of blacks. Tzeentch has got more like blues. But you can kind of do whatever you want, but Tzeentch has got a lot of those blues. You had to play a game of AOS, what faction? I'd probably do like some Stormcast Eternals. I'd probably do Stormcast Eternals. Be something like that. No worries, Cam. Don't worry about being late. Don't worry about it. I paint laying on my side in bed. Ooh, that sounds difficult. Okay, did the plume dry? Yeah, it's pretty much dry, so we'll do the quick wash. That might be it. I need to get something, I need to figure out what I want to do for, like, the base. Because because that probably would look better with like tufts of like grass and stuff and like dirt, but I don't have any of that. I have to go like a hobby store and get some, so we're not going to count the base part of this mini, but I will have completed this mini today. Yeah, I keep shrimping. And my stomach is yelling at me. Ah, Jam Hammer, thank you for the 7 months of support. Be really light on this. Don't want it to drip on the finished mini. What colors are you gonna paint the good boys? No sand or sawdust, maybe salt. I mean, I have salt, but I would rather use the salt I have for cooking and not for a miniature. I just don't keep like materials like around. What good boys? You're talking about this good boy? This good boy that I've painted? Is that what you're referring to? The Griffhounds? Oh, I don't know, but we're not doing those tonight. I said I was gonna paint this mini. That I wasn't gonna do the other two, but this counts as a single mini finished. But brown or black probably. It looks like I'm bleeding there. I'm not bleeding. Yeah, in 3.5 hours, I'm pretty happy. There's like some slight things I'm gonna change. Like I want to fix some of these shadows, but I'm gonna do that later. Like, I'm happy with how this cloak turned out. Like it looks really nice on the camera. Like up close, it's a little jank. But like this highlight here, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Do you put junk on your bases? I will. I just need to get like some sand or some dirt or something and put it on here. I just don't have any handy. So I will put something down to complete him, but it's not a priority. We painted him and that was the goal. Yeah, his wash on his plume is drying, but he's pretty much ready to go. He's tabletop ready. I mean, before he was tabletop ready because he had his 3 colors. You could go gravel. Yeah, I got a couple options. I'll probably go with something gray so he like pops out and like it'll blend in with this ruin he's standing on. But he looks pretty nice. I'm very happy. This is what a finished mini looks like. Thank you, thank you. I'm very happy with how he turned out. Think like considering like all things considered, like I was able to get him done pretty quickly, and that's the part I'm like kind of most amazed by. I was like, dang. Little tiny detail, hang on. Got some, I didn't highlight these fingers. Not a huge deal, just a quick little touch up. Looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just like, oh wait, this part. This and this and... Beautiful. Oh, Quirky Kid, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream and that this is your first time. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. I heard there's a new Sanguinius video from Luton, so you know, gotta watch that next. Look at him. Turned out nice. I'm really happy with this. Yay! I'm down for a second. Do some digging really fast. Ugh. Let me see. Ugh. Pac-Man, thank you for the follow. And Night Karen as well. Sorry, I'm looking at a thing. And I'm tired. Kinda hit me like a wall of bricks. It's okay. Alright, I was looking to see if we could raid into someone tonight. But man, I'm pretty drained and I'm very hungry, so I need to take care of that. But thank you everyone for joining tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this this stream. I'm really happy that I got this mini done. He's looking pretty fresh. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for the raid earlier. Yes, I will go finish my food. I will finish my food. And I hope all of you have a very, very good night. Yeah, it does. It looks nice. I'm really happy with it. Like, I don't think I've ever been this like pleased about like a mini, but I think he turned out really nice, and it was nice doing like a blue instead of like my standard purple. So tomorrow we are going to do more Warhammer Fantasy and Age of Sigmar lore videos, and I also am reading short stories submitted by chat. If you want to participate, join the Discord server. The deadline is in like 3.5 hours, but it's a short story, so you know what, if you just want to participate just for the fun of it, your submissions are anonymous and I just read them. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Please go eat, get good sleep. Dang it, get good sleep. And don't skip leg day, okay? Don't skip leg day, and I will see you tomorrow 5 p.m. Pacific time, where we will finish up our subathon. Thank you guys. Bye.